What's your score prediction for this weekend?
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't know. So, it's for good teams to lose 3 weeks in a row. It's tough. That's a tough thing for a good team to do. It's also tough to go out on the West Coast and beat a playoff team. You know what I mean? One of the best teams, and even though they lost 2 weeks, they're one of the best teams in the NFC. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. I think a lot of it depends on if Trent Williams plays or not. What's going on with that? I know he didn't play last night. If he's not in, and you have some backup left tackle going up against Trey Hendrickson, who's playing like NFL defensive end player of the year caliber right now, then I think Brock Purdy's in for a long day. But Trent Williams is one of the best left tackles in the league. If he's playing and he's relatively close to 100%, that's going to be a great matchup there. I think
Debo, well, I'll say this. Debo for sure is not going to play.
Right.
Debo is out. Trent Williams, I think it's probably going to be a game time decision. I think he'll probably be – last week he was doubtful. I would imagine he's questionable, and then he'll test it on game day, and maybe he'll go and maybe he won't. Like, that's probably what's going to happen this week.
Okay. So I think that this is going to be a close, borderline, almost ugly game. You know what I mean? Man.
How's your kicker? Serious question.
Oh, he's good. Evan McPherson, he's money. Money McPherson, man. I'm gonna say Bengals win, but it's like 24-20. I got tough, close game. You know what I mean? So I say Bengals win 24-20, and then the Niners go into the bye and come out lights out. You know what I mean?
Man, they got Jacksonville straight out the chute, so hopefully that's the case.
That's another team. Yeah. So, I say Bengals win 24-20. I think that the bye week, Joe Burrow comes out right. I don't think it's going to be perfect yet. I don't think he's going to be meshed with T. Higgins quite yet, but I can see Chase having a big game. But I say 24-20 Bengals.
Man. Well, Randall, I'm so confused because first you said you were from the future and you know what the score is, but now Trent told you he's playing. Wouldn't you know that Trent played in the game if you were in the future? I'm not. Something tells me that something's up there, Randall. Like, I'm not buying it. I don't know why that I'm not buying it, but I do appreciate it. Golly, man. I haven't picked against the Niners all year. And I'll tell you what, man, like before they lost, I was like, I'm not picking against the Niners until they lose. Like, I just can't do it. They were looking so good. They steamrolled Dallas the way they did. It seemed like things were lining up. Some of the teams they were playing coming up in the Browns and the Vikings, they had a ton of injuries. Like, things were lining up for the San Francisco 49ers. And I was like, this is it. The Bengals weren't looking too good. And I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you this too. Before the season started, my Super Bowl prediction was the Bengals, 49ers in the Super Bowl. And I actually had the Bengals winning the Super Bowl.
Oh,
my preseason prediction, believe it or not.
Nice.
I did, however, have the 49ers winning this game. Okay. And at this point in the season, before the season started, I did have the 49ers at 5-2 going into this game with losses to the Cowboys and losses to the Browns. I got one of those right. Yep. Although when it came down to it, I didn't predict either of those to be losses because I thought the 49ers would get it done. My head says to pick against the 49ers here. It really does, but I'm not going to do it, man. I can't bail yet. I can't do it, man. I'm going to go 24-23 49ers win on a Jake Moody field goal. Believe it or not, Jake Moody has struggled. That's why I asked how good your kicker is. But Brock Purdy, for the third week in a row, is going to be put in a situation where he has to come from behind to get it done. This time he's at home. They just need a field goal. He puts them in field goal range, and Jake Moody hits the game-winning kick, 24-23 Niners. I can't pick against him. Not yet.
Hey, I respect it, man. I respect it. Like I said, my head was saying, pick the Niners. You don't know what Joe Burrow you're going to get. The Niners are a good team. They're mad right now. They probably had some sort of crazy players only meeting where maybe a locker got broken or the door got ripped off the locker, something awesome. You know what I mean? And they're going to come out. They're going to be pissed. And Joe Burrow's just not going to be ready, but my heart said, no, man, you're a Bengals fan. Do it.
Yeah.
It's
so because literally our heads are saying, no, go for the other team, but we're both picking our own team to win. That's crazy, man. Well,
maybe they'll tie. Maybe they'll tie and we'll both be right. Yeah.
There we go. I think that's the only right answer. Actually, we're going to tie. That's what's going to happen. I love it.